I didn't know my friends were into sleeping with their fellow ladies to make money until I was invited to the city to come and hustle with them. My name is Jessie, and this is not just a story, it is my life. It started like a dream, a simple one. I just wanted to live my boring hard life in Oshobo and start something fresh in Lagos. I wanted to hustle, make money, open a small business, maybe a thrift store or a hair salon. Oshobo wasn't hell, but it was close. Every morning felt like a battle. Our compound was always noisy. Shouting neighbors, crying babies, generators humming like angry bees. You do wake up to the sound of someone quarreling or someone hawking akara or moi moi by 6 a.m. sharp. The landlord's children would be chasing each other around, while the tenant in room 7 always fried fish that soaked the hair with hot peppery oil before 8. The roads were rough. Rain turned them into mud, sun dried them into dust. My job was a sales girl in one corner shop, barely gave me enough to survive. I stood on my feet all day, smiling at customers who insulted me whenever I gave them the wrong change. The owner of the shop, Auntie Ronke, would dock my pay if I arrived even 5 minutes late. I used to braid hair at home too, just to gather some extra cash, but sometimes it was never enough. I had dreams, big ones, and Oshobo just felt too small for them, too tight, like a cage. Every time I scrolled through Instagram and saw people in Lagos living large, dressing fly, posing beside cars and cocktails, I felt like I was suffocating. It felt like I was watching the world I belonged to from the outside. That was why when Sandra called me one morning and said, "Babe, come to Lagos now, I go set you up. Life dey sweet here." I didn't even think twice. Sandra, she was my secondary school friend. We weren't very close, but she had always been friendly. One of those sharp girls, always smiling, always forming a big girl. And from her WhatsApp status, life was clearly dealing her the good cards. Soft life, champagne, clubs, soft makeup, designer bags. Every 2 days, she was posting snaps from different lawns. I thought she had made it. Her captions always read things like God's favorite baby or hustle they pay. I used to reply her status sometimes. Babe, you too fresh oh. She do laugh and send voice notes saying, "You dey dull yourself, come Lagos now." So I packed my small box, just clothes, phone and my last 20k. I told my mother I was going for a short training workshop. I couldn't explain the truth. She would worry too much or try to stop me. I entered a bus to Lagos the next morning. It was long, sweaty dry, 7 hours crammed in the back of a rickety bus that smelled of fuel and old snacks. I sat beside a woman with 2 restless children and a bag of fried meat that kept leaking oil onto the floor, but my excitement was stronger than my discomfort. I looked out the window the whole day, imagining what my new life would be like. I imagined myself in the big shades, sipping cocktails, laughing with friends in high-rise apartments. I imagined fixing nails for celebrities, maybe even being flown to Dubai for weddings. I imagined freedom. From the moment I stepped into the city, I knew things were different. The air was loud, the people were fast, and the city itself, it felt alive, like it was always dancing, but you had to catch the beat. Even the sky in Lagos looked richer, more dramatic, like it was full of secrets. Sandra picked me up from Ojota in a red boat ride. She hugged me tight and screamed, "Ah, Jessie baby, you don't finally come Lagos." I laughed. I was happy. My cheeks hot from smiling. The boat driver smiled too, glancing at us through the rear view mirror. Sandra, see as you dey fresh die. Lagos dey treat you well o. She giggled and flipped her wing. You have never seen anything. Babe, just wait. Your own soft life dey come. The drive to Lekki felt like a dream. We passed tall buildings, bright signs, flashy cars. I kept pressing my face against the window like a child. At one point, we stopped by traffic lights, and a man in a Rolls Royce rolled down his window. I nearly gasped. Lagos really had money. When we reached her apartment in Lekki Phase 1, my mouth wide open.